Ariane, and today we'll talk about the emotional pleasures of reading Twilight Series. What is the enduring appeal of Twilight Series? How and why do we become so enamored with the story of Bella and Edward? Let's go to explore how reading about intense emotions can help us feel those emotions and the positive impact this has on the human psyche. The Twilight Saga is simplified, a tale of a romance and adventures of a young woman and an immortal vampire she meets at school. Readers of the novel do not reject this premise out of hand. Regular old teenager girl falls for ancient vampire because by now we are so used to strange rules of romantic tales that this seems completely possible, or better, plausibly. A stock convention of the contemporary romance novel is dark, mysterious, and potentially dangerous male, and in fact vampires and romance have gone together like burgers and fries since the 19th century. The potentially dangerous, inappropriate male character provides one of the essential ingredients of the formula. According to a Time magazine article on the series, Stephanie Meyer put sex back underground, transmuted it back into yearning, where it became paradoxically exponentially more powerful. What is the character of emotions in the romance, and to what extent can we say that emotions are those bases for the enjoyment of the extraordinarily popular genre? Once we begin to look at emotions in a romance, all sorts of intriguing questions start popping up. For example, why is an unrealized erotic attraction endlessly fascinating, the topic of the books and stories and plays and films without number, while once realized erotic attraction holds little interest for fiction readers? Why aren't romances about the affection that a happily married couple feel for one another? We can begin with the emotions that are described in the story itself, the feelings of the central characters. Perhaps the most important characteristic of the emotions that draw the couple to another is that they are overwhelming. Earlier on in the series, Bella, regular old teenager, has come to strongly suspect that handsome Edward is a vampire. Now that I knew, if I knew, I could do nothing about my frightening secret, because when I thought of him, of his voice, his hypnotic eyes, the magnetic force of his personality, I wanted nothing more than to be with him right now. She can do nothing about her attraction. Her attraction to Edward is unsuitably despised as being so strong that she is helpless to resist. Nor is Edward in any better position. Discussing his craving of Bella, he enthusiastically endorses her suggestion that she is his brand of heroine. He is overcome, addicted to her. This instinctively presents as a matter of vampire appetite. He wants her blood. In fact, neither members of the couple is presented as have any real interest in one another character, sense of humor, political views, or moral convictions, etc. Later in New Moon, Bella says she admires Edward's moral goodness, and in Midnight Sun, Edward says Bella is so mature and all of this stuff. And continuing Midnight Sun, Edward says a lot about Bella's intelligence, Bella's capacity of a lot of things. The couple isn't based on appearance. Continuing this video, how reading can generate emotion. There are long-standing debates in psychology and literary studies about the nature of emotion that readers experience when they engage their minds in a fiction. One of the central questions in such debates is whether the emotions one feels as one enjoys a story are the same sort of emotions one might feel in a real situation. Recent advances in cognitive neuroscience may allow us to sidestep this difficulty. The fundamental skills engaged when reading fictions are very similar to those used in pretended play. Pretended play, an ability that is firmly established in humans by the age of 2 years, is an extension of human capacity to adapt the perspective of others and see the world from that perspective. In this sense, pretend play is a form of imitation. Reading our interaction with fictional characters or real people in everyday life It is easy. It is easy for us to see the world from the perspectives of others than our own. And for most people, this capacity is emotional as well cognitively. And so engaged readers put themselves in the place of the character because they are used to adopting the perspective of others in their everyday interactions in the social world. And as they put themselves in the place of the characters, they are likely not only to see but to feel the world from the character's point of view. So it's not only the fictional Edward and Bella who feels overwhelmed by the painful desire, it is also a substantial proportion of their audience. An audience that by now may be in the hundreds of millions. And this is not to say that readers experience precisely the same feelings as the characters do, or that one has the same feelings reading about a romance as one would experience in having one. For example, no matter how strongly the reader is drawn into the story, barely instantly she still realizes she is not a character in the book. This entails an element of distance from the powerful emotions of those characters. As all roller coaster riders know, even rightly averse emotions such as strong anxiety can be enjoyed so long as they are held at a distance by the fact that they are not real and do not apply one actual situation. So Edward's and Bella's painful longing for one another can become a reader's deliciously painful longing. Have a lot of good things about Twilight, but one of them is the romance is fun because it offers the reader the chance to experience simulated feelings. But it is not the only thing that happens in the reader's mind while reading, for these feelings also come to be associated with certain ideas, and these ideas thoroughly became values in every society aspects of the culture, stories, proverbs, myths, religious things are used to weave together values and powerful feelings about what life is all about. What it is about our society that makes a painful yearning for overwhelming passion so appealing that millions read and reread the Twilight Saga. Take the first question first. What is it about human beings in general that could explain our attraction to experiencing overwhelming emotions? Neuroscientists have begun to make some progress and understand this matter by studying what happened in the brain during the experiences that are typically regarded as pleasurable. They have discovered that there are a number of different systems in the brain that contribute to her to define sense that something is pleasurable. Among the widely reported finds of the research is that pleasure is sometimes associated with the release of naturally internally produced chemicals known as endorphins. But it would be an error to assume that this settles the matter, that reading the Twilight Saga is just a legal means for readers to experience an endorphin-generated emotion high, because these techniques for cultivating powerful emotions are usually, if not always, linked to specific practices and ideas that have psychological and sociological significance. Happily Ever After. The Twilight Saga tells a story in which all of the main characters are, in a number of different ways, influenced by their emotions and other non-rational forces in a way that they are powerless to resist. Chief among these feelings in romantic love, the desire that the two main characters felt for one another, identified by Bella in the final volumes as stronger than any love two people can have ever felt. Now you know, no one's ever loved anyone as much as I love you. And precisely because this love is so strong, longing is generated in the reader, the better something feeling, the more we wanted it when we do not have it. And this longing in turn intensifies the sense of relief that is generated when, in spite of all these obstacles, the lovers come together. These are the feelings of the characters, but because of the way the human brain processes narratives, we can also assume that many of the readers experience very similar feelings. In reading the story of Bella and Edward, readers learn, relearn, and celebrate the joys and value of participating in a culture in which we long for our dreams and retain the conventional that we can merge into a reality in which all our wishes come true. I used to make this video all of the things I know about Twilight and principally the book The Psychology of Twilight.